I'm not going straight in the rank.
Especially as the Astros Thieves water partners refuse to budge. What I need now is a special fossil wood pump release tool to actually extract this. Oh, it's just one of those here.
Hello?
Meh.
With the engine reserve in full swing and the bodies outside going out to cameras. Vauxhall Fast Cars is determined to switch in on the swing of the GTE, which means taking on an miles. That's what I'm talking about, folks. So you might not do practically on big participated football outfits and another project. Vauxhall.
Oh, Gizmo.
Gets in behind the wheels.
My teammate's called Gizmo.
It's very early as a Vauxhall sports style, right up to the 20th. It's like it's new. That's right. Stop stopping concept. Vauxhall vision of the future. People thought that's how we're going to stop. That's what we see it. So this switch. No, you won't. You'll have a spreadsheet easy. Fine, it is. Okay, well, the other comes up there.
Fuck teammate. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yes, in 1980, the man won the Hot That's about the only thing that GTE didn't excel in. So he started to build on VW nuts too. This car epitomizes 80s hot hatches. They were king of the road. So it's not the whole thing, it's driving remarkably well. It's still really it is high end, and I was obsessed with cars like these. So this was the art feathers. You know what's heavy on the steering? It's not much servo systems on the brakes. You need to have a pretty strong right foot. But that car is a car. That's like, they're strong, they're solid. They're little cars, but you feel like you're having something with more power. Well, I think you're anything in the bottom. It's like something between you. You know all makes rated pitch, but you don't admit to like it. Let's give it a little bit. There's something protecting your voice, right? That is enjoyment and pleasure. GTE is the GTI killer, and you can feel and see why this shot's face your back. That's all. So Tim's clearly falling to the GTE's chance. One back at the workshop, his engine still in bits and shell in tatters. More likely to chill the bones.
He scored another own goal. What a cunt.
Car insurance can sometimes feel a bit puzzling. So until it's sold, you can see it's the case. With more than 100 years experience in protecting drivers, Aviva can help make your conundrums clear. Helping solve your car insurance puzzles, it takes Aviva. Get a quote today. When both of those options on the spot, you can focus important. It's not going to big no hole, you've got lots of things you can see and see you want, and then still be a paper plane. And sometimes I was like, oh, I want to see if I can know this thing we've got, so I get excited to anybody who needs, because they need E-Tiger Bingo. E-Tiger Bingo. Low stakes. Roaring bigger fine. Right now, the prevention, yes. The dealership is better than all prices. 349 Upper SP and Kia. Help you choose the next.
This rich, smooth, yes, Shiraz. It's a bit of a longer advert. That's a bit taste.
Rich industries. This one today. Oh, this one. Voucher. Voucher. Save now. Live wow. Let customers take the case with online invoice payments from Jira. To keep the cash flow flowing, fix the other minutes.
Saving for your first home. With the Money Box Lifetime ISA, you can be closer than you think. You can get a 25% government bonus on your savings, up to £1,000 free every year towards your deposit. But we'll have to leave the decorating to you. Money is something great.
That's human experience and coming to the world. That's a big family popular in this country. There are loads of places visitation on Taylor Square and at Stage Job we're putting films in Saturday Street. On the Unity Vibe Store, on the Blue Live Store, to the Explore Store, Screen Store, Food Store, Food Store, or just Next. We help you really feel possible, including secrecy experiences. Safely, between store and action stores.
I knew it to win for Shane Day. I took a bunch of 5 figures, and it's after we changed my life. Guess what? Every month we give away 3 million prizes: cars, bikes, tech, and cash you can buy from all the brands. Every draw sticks tickets, so you can see just how the jobs are.
Alfred,
You can.
yep. I won't be in Spanish for Spanish.
What?
Because I have to go to M8.
Ah.
It's like an extra English lesson. But you get lollipops.
Why?
Yeah, because apparently we're the best class.
What lessons do we have Spanish?
Third.
Gravity classic underwear with a S-band band under 6 times. Find your team with sponsors and nutrition.
Like the fish, they're in class, I'm doing their sticks and I'm see what price for QCEs. We're so huge, the rarely are there than just ridiculous. Petrol, SUVs, only versus it's expensive. But these lighted biases debilitating brace movements. Here he's been unable to keep his beloved RC moving. It's possible. This is where is the rest gets over 2 decades of damn time where they have taken their toll getting the GTE back and running to the big guy. So I grow seeds, right, what I say. What the reason next thing what we get with the block and the motor floats steam like that line out of the west like it's in the Washington, so the most it's in the station site. I was suspecting the always the instant hash up to yourself, so having not fixed it. Yeah. What's a few words? Something really different. Like this is all they've got a school also so systems. What's the system? The angry TNT yachts, but plus reputation for the never-ending supply of fiddly rust repairs means Hughes Astra is looking a bit off his clutches. And with the switching of Irene here to prep control center, to expect more.
Probably the best thing, you know.
Yeah, that's nice. The arena's moving us it's a firm's plan to get the GCE back into future. Let's talk about how we do factory. What does he like?
Oh, anything to do with rugby?
So when you go away for something rugby,
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Division 4.
I describe you some rugby
I
related
got
well
30 seconds.
the new games.
Okay, but then it has to copy.
I should be able to come back to your car and believe
Oh, no. Sometimes you don't.
In fact,
Oh, I've just went into another game.
Yeah, it's got a copy of
So it's kind of the body that changes its arches after reaffirming and seems feelings and tactics. And what's simply different? It was a succeed. This time, it was when it's trapped shots. This is all impossible. What yeah, it's a great question. The next slide forward in any capacity. Let's hope the task can handle which has to be nice. How you doing? Practice. Yeah, it's in is in this world, so it's not as increases scoreboard. Right, so we my name's Tim. That's but yes, matrix bring for the GTE. You really that? Really that? Taking the answer, taking the well, yeah, it was alright. So we usually don't get you with the right into stone. What's not here? What's actually Okay, so I don't get it. I was wondering if we can make some back at the workshop, there's at last having to reassemble the GTC's 1800 cc engine. This is absolutely it's really scrimmage, and there's a fair bit of wear in this, but I think it's difficult to get away without this basically re-engineering. What we are going to do is to bring back The other books, and the prevalence of speak in the Olympics, the fairness field, the risks and benefits. So PTE has 3 wins on each distance. They're forming excellent field to prevent mistake. So that is the best. That one's worse. The lead surface of that of the process is completely down against the company that it's most important areas. So I've got 450 rings on, because now one of them is subsequently oriented possession, new outlet. So front of the so carefully drop it down. It's going to use to give the fingers so this one, this thing, and then go, press the rings into the grooves, then pick up and knock the piston gently down this before. And so, now what to do is to stick that piston down, it feels coming, goes up, and while Bob repeats the process on the remaining pistons, back to Tim and his education along with 2 rounds. Found out how his allocation of vegetables made now on 15 seconds. So that is nicely validated in West Ross. Yes, what's next? And what will the Pasco? We'll travel to probably be 50 rods and 15 centimetre. Right. So that is one of the holes of the oil support. You can see little holes on the outside. Yeah. Yeah. This is the same. Right top here at the top. Everything opens and closes, those little holes I was just looking through. So on the way down, you want all the holes open, yeah? On the way out, they shut, yeah? Making the oil pass through slower. They don't make it same slower. This presentation is going to be mint. So with oil in, Jim's got himself 1 extra GTE camper. Just 3 more needed. You're not sure if that's not getting enough. Like, what if you did? Maybe if it's another couple of times, maybe 3 more times. Then I'll definitely have it. Put this one down, let's follow me, let's go through it. So there's one. Finally, you can start things tonight, but it will take 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts. So I need 4. Well, with the new set of dampers secured, Hughes GTE is fast starting to come back together, piece by piece, panel by panel. The car's fully rebuilt engine is just ready to go back in the shop. Rolling shells and fast going to the big roof with wheel sprays and everything seems to be following schedule, apart from the steam cloud that's been brewed between PPI. Because from day one of this epic restoration, VW Drive R10 will be released this conclusion about what interpretation and absolute fast as added. Golf GTI is just period a better car. Not tall, slower. Slower, they're just slower. How dare you? It's not. It is a point on a particular day. That shot raced me and beat me. When you look at GT, GTI, GT behind let's have a look. Let's have a race. No, I'm the winner. Absolutely not. Let's go. So the bullshit has been thrown down. Hot hatch versus hot hatch. A race to end a bitter argument that has been waging since the 1980s. Which is the faster car? Mark 1 GTR. And Mark 1 Sport GTR. A standing quarter of a mile. 2 cars. Only 1 winner. Because for now it's
Does it have to copy?
finished. It needs to be won. So time for quietly confident fast to get to work on the car's running gear, including Tim's previous shocks.
I'm just getting a drink quick. No, not a drink. I'm gonna wait. So I'll be like 5 minutes because I can't hear my game's on my
Back out on the road, as equally confident Tim is once again in search of the car's hard to find parts.
Well, you might be able to save my life. Thanks you. Yeah,
Which is good. So, bit like this, the extra is coming together. Look at it start. But he just gets.
Hold on. Okay. There we are. Knock it off. What's up? You take the fuel in the regulator. Right. So we've just got far too much fuel pressure, which means it's street out everywhere. Right. So usually you're going to get one of those now.
So, partial success with the car's engine, while Tim goes in search of a nice new fuel pressure regulator. Work to get the car back on the road goes into overdrive. As the clock ticks down to D-Day, the Astra is rapidly turning back into the 80s hot patch it once was.
I'm just tightening up the new fuel regulator. Okay, that's looking good.
Sounding great, mate. Smoothly running engine is a major max one. However, there are, of course, 1,001 other repeated jobs with the no-wins institution. Those usual final few hours before the big return. The last thing anyone wants to hear is that one of the team starts off.
I'm going. Can't believe it's just shower the car is. I know, that's got a stop there's no drill, there's no race. Like, I have so much thought this here to need to go. Just going. Right, good luck.
Well, a bit of a bombshell for once, meaning that if Hugh is going to get a fully worked and finished car back, it's going to be a very late night in the car SOS workshop.
I'm Lord Phoenix, the Queen, sponsored with National Day Company.
And thank you, out with the old and into the brand new RSOS, David Tate of National Geographic.
Here there are convenience stores. Really stuff here. It's pretty easy to die out here.
No limitations.
The last place I want to do wild food. Really good.
The wildlife technology announcements with generation starts the 11th of April on National Geographic.
Victor Woods, Sarah and Mark of window wise with Hillaries and just in space. Step 1, all Hillaries. Step 2, that's it. They could have tried doing it themselves with step ladders and steps 38 being figure 2. All ending gives rocky curtains they can look at every day. Why, oh, why? Get it by FaceTime. Get window wise. Hillaries for the window wise. It's 100% with the clown from the book to the heart of each center. It's really succulently made fish. Get a 100% pretty clown at Market Street, 15 cents to $6.49 per kilo with more power. Oh, it's not that Morrison.
Right now, terrible things are happening to donkeys. They work all day in the blistering sun without food or water. They're suffering silently while their backs are breaking. Some are being abandoned and will be left to die alone. But the worst thing you can do to a donkey isn't to break its body, it's to break its heart. Because donkeys are loyal and loving creatures. They trust in the community. And when they're hurt and abused, They breathe inside us. And right now, you can decide to spread with donkeys. You can support the Donkey Sanctuary. Just call 0800 035 9308 and give £2 tonight. Because your support can help protect donkeys. You can help us to treat the sick and the injured. You will help to mend broken hearts so that they can learn to love and trust you. Right now, so many working donkeys around the world are suffering. And we can offer feeling with your help. So please, call 0800 035 9308 or text #4 to 788.
I want a McFlurry.
And give £2 a month to the donkeys. Because terrible things are happening.
And the fruit bag.
Please, do something incredible for them right now.
Come on, play online and have bingo. Where the nation loves to play.
CJ, I'll be back, alright?
Play for tons of great prizes. Play from just one pin and play your way. So why play bingo anywhere else? Let's play online with bingo. These are just little things. Cause it's the little things that mean an awful lot. At Haven, we understand how important holidays are. That's why we have a holiday for your budget. For our lowest prices, visit haven.com. Haven, where happy happens.
If you're looking for the perfect fresh, zesty Pinot Grigio, you found it. Yellowtime. Cut to the taste.
Find your quiet with Quiet Mark, sponsors of National Geographic.
The dramatic Craggynos Castle on the edge of the Brecon Beacons in South Wales simply oozes Gothic charm. It's a place that has, in its time, seen plenty of history. Today, it's going to see a little more. As GTE-loving Hugh is about to get the surprise of his life with the return of his fully refurbished car. If, that is, Huz managed to get it out of the workshop.
Where is he? Zero phone reception. Can he speak? Get that car in. Come on. I hate this bit. Yes. Yes. Amazing. It's very good, isn't it? How was it? Well, it was just an all-nighter. It's always an all-nighter. You just go away, I get the all-nighter. God.
Yes, the car looks magnificent, although there is one last-minute cherry on the cake.
I'll start something for you. You bought the car? Oh, yeah. Brilliant. That's a finish the picnic. Come in. Come on. I know you're tired, but it's worth it.
So, with that final touch applied to the car, the job is complete. But what will friends and family think when they see it?
Okay. Right, now remember what the car looked like before, and now look at it. There you are. Come here. What do you think? Cool, isn't it? Has it ever looked like that? Yeah. Lovely, isn't it? Now, Debbie, what do you think?
I think you're very, very talented.
Thanks very much.
I don't think you'll recognise it. It's just looks so fantastic. It looks like it's a car. Having his car done up is amazing for him, and I hope will be a bit of a turning point for him.
Can we all get away then? Okay. Through this way.
As a big Car SOS fan, Hugh will instantly recognise the boys. This time, they'll burst to keep out of sight. But hidden away with the car, friends and family round the back. Of course, that leaves Tim. How's he going to disguise himself? Yes. The plan is nothing if not elaborate. Hugh is a big Welsh rugby fan, so the hope is when he arrives, the sight of one of his rugby heroes, ex-team captain Colin Jarvis, who is here to support the good cause, will be enough to stop him in his tracks.
Thank you so much for today. Oh, no problem at all. Mentioned not just in the rugby sense, but also in the fact that you're here today to actually give a try.
Well, he was a bit of a rugby fan, so it'd be nice to meet you.
Right, here's the plan. You do your thing. I'll be the Welsh dragon. In fact, I'll be a French dragon, so you didn't recognise my voice. And I'll see you in a minute on the far side.
No problem.
I do.
Nice
Nice one. That's it.
So, with Colin and his film crew shooting an advert for his bogus autobiography, hidden cameras, eager friends and family tucked away, and Tim playing a French
You might be able to
Welsh
play a few games. It's on 32%.
Every single car that goes past could be them. It's scary things. Any second now, it's game on. Oliver. Is it on right? That's the next thing.
Right on time, Hugh's car pulls into the car park. He thinks his wife is treating him to a romantic lunch, but he's going to have trouble getting through the hotel's front door.
Hi there, I'm Colin Jarvis, and this is the book launch for Taming the Dragon.
What's happening today is coming to this book launch with Chris Bush's autobiography, and we were hoping to get a few more people on. We need to find some interviews with people, anybody that might do a chat with the rugby fan.
So far, Hugh seems to have been taken by the rugby red herring, as he is reluctantly sworn into an interview and photo shoot with hero Colin, his annoying dragon.
No, the dragon.
Have you got something? Good friend. Hi. Have you got something? No, sorry, it's not that sort of.
Distracted by having his photo taken, Hugh doesn't notice that mischief is afoot. Time to reveal all.
You can take my hat off. Yeah, take the hat. Just keep it on. What? Oh my God! Oh, SOS. Is that my card? Yes. Oh my God! Oh my God! It did not look like that when we picked it up, I can assure you that. It was all full of holes, but we've got it all back for you.
I'm back.
Thank you, now expectation. That's the idea. You like it? Yes. That's good. It's all for you, mate. That's good.
The last time Hugh saw his beloved Astra GTE, it was standing rotting away in a desolate hillside barn. Now it has been quite simply transformed. Its tired and rusting body has been stripped back to metal, and beaten back into shape. Its scratched and battered paint replaced with a clean coat of shiny black. The damp and dirty 80s interior has been completely refurbished and looks as good as new. And that 1.8 litre powerhouse of an engine has been rebuilt, cleaned and retuned so that this rare and sporty 32-year-old classic will be as lively and responsive as the day it drove off the production line. For its devoted owner, this has turned into quite a day.
Did you ever think that this car would get back on the road?
No, I'm very impressed. It's done. I can't believe it's incredible.
You've had, life not being so good recently. Do you think this car will do as your family hope it is, put a smile back on your face?
Oh, of course, already has, isn't it?
It'll be very, very special to your family.
I'm impressed. That's very nice. Of course, good family, good friends.
You've got a good family, good friends,
And a nice car.
right. Take those off, will you please? You have been Car SOS.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Yes. Okay, I'll admit it. I like the car. Let's get the GTE, all right? Get out of here.
See you later.
Enjoy yourself.
I'll believe it.
It's immaculate.
I hit it. I've tried the options. It's all like 2 months ago.
It's a vacuum. Bring it down.
Oh, yeah. If I enjoy that, if I enjoy that.
Yeah, it's part of it.
No. I know.
There's one last little thing I need to say to you here. The race. Who won? Well, we know who won. I See that there? That is the nose of an Astra. The Astra is Astra. Astra, Astra, get it? Oh, yeah. Find the open From pregnant wives to desperate daughters, discover the women who were drawn into the dark and dangerous world of drug trafficking. That's in Narco Wars, Griselda, Friday night at 9, watch this on National Geographic.
Prime Time on National Geographic. Proudly sponsored by Pension Geek.
The Space Shuttle Challenger launches on a January morning in 1986. A key engineer ensures catastrophe is
Just stop the flight. We cannot let Challenger launch. Period. This is insane.
He thinks the ship is going to explode. "73 seconds later, disaster strikes. 7 astronauts die in front of their families and millions of television viewers.
Hearts were shattered, much like pieces that were falling from the sun.
What really happened during that fateful flight? Was tragedy inevitable? Or could the shuttle and its crew have made it into space?
Could they have made it? That question. Possibly.
Disasters don't just happen. They're a chain of critical events. Unravel the clues and count down those final seconds from disaster. Roger Beaujolais knows the space shuttle hides a deadly flaw.
I was so angry.
Look out! Look out!
I was really screaming at them.
But there's nothing he can do to stop the countdown.
After I got home, first words my wife said to me, "What's wrong?" I said, "Oh, nothing. It was a great day. They're gonna launch tomorrow and kill the astronauts. But outside of that, it was a great day."
North America, Florida, January 28th, 1986. 8:08 a.m. 1.5 hours to liftoff. At Kennedy Space Center, final preparations are underway for the most anticipated space mission
So I'm
since the glory days
48%.
of the Apollo era. Thousands descended to the Cape to watch Space Shuttle Challenger make history by sending the first citizen into space. School teacher Krista McAuliffe.
Krista never thought of herself as an astronaut. She felt that she was a teacher. She felt this way, that she could show everyone how important teachers were and get children excited about education and wanting to do the very best that they could. She said it was the best field trip ever.
37-year-old Krista, mother of Scott and Carol, has spent 5 months training for space.
In the process, she has become a national celebrity. She knows there's a lot riding on this mission. After 2 decades of budget cuts and a loss of public interest, the shuttle has never made good on its promise to provide a routine bus service to space. By sending Krista into orbit, NASA hoped to restore faith in their billion phase. 8:38 a.m. 1 hour to mission. Krista and the 6 other astronauts kit up and prepare to board the spacecraft. Pilot Mike Smith is making his launch debut. Specialists Ron McNair, Ellison Onizuka, and Judy Resnick have flown 3 missions between them. Satellite specialist Greg Jarvis is on his first.
Thank you very much.
And leading the mission is Commander Dick Scobie.
As usual, it's a real pleasure to be at the Cape, to come down here and participate in something that the Cape does better than anybody in the world, and that's launching space vehicles.
I like the commander of the mission into space was a tremendous reward. He loved to dance his happiness.
Dick and June were childhood sweethearts, married for 14 years. This is the second time she is watching her husband set off for space. Of the 4 spacecraft in the fleet, Challenger is by far the most reliable. In the 2.5 years since its space debut, it has flown 40% of all shuttle missions, sending 51 astronauts into space on 9 trouble-free flights. But this mission has not been going to plan. Bad weather has delayed launch for over a week. This morning, specialists sent up 7 weather balloons to check today's conditions. All the data looks good, but there's a problem. Unseasonably cold weather has covered the pad in sheets of ice 7.5 centimeters thick.
Has it finished?
And icicles over 1 meter long.
Hello?
No shuttle has ever launched in such
Is it finished?
conditions.
It's on 55.
Okay.
Launch control decide to delay liftoff for 2 hours in the hopes that most of the ice will melt. From their position on the stands, Krista's parents are worried.
Just didn't feel right at all. My husband said, you know, if I could go and take her off that thing, I would.
Good morning, Krista. How was your day?
With 30 minutes to go, air traffic control clears Eastern Airlines Flight 657, which flies over the Cape en route to Tampa, Florida. Suddenly the plane hits a strong jet stream. The pilot descends to 9,000 meters and the turbulence stops. He spots Challenger still on the launch pad and assumes the wind must be the reason for the delay. With only 9 minutes to lift off, launch control checks to make sure all of the shuttle's propulsion systems are functioning properly. Challenger's 3 main engines can burn nearly 4,000 liters of fuel a second, fed from the giant 46-meter tall external tank. But the 2 solid rocket boosters are the real power engines of the system. Their 3 million kilograms of thrust accelerate at 28,000 kilometers per hour, the speed it needs to break free of Earth's gravity. All Challenger systems are functioning correctly. The decision is unanimous. With so much fuel in one place, the risk could be to everyone. But in the history of American spaceflight, no astronaut has ever been killed at liftoff. and in fact it was not.
I suppose every once in a while you think about it, but you'd say,
It's on 60 now.
yes, it can do no wrong.
Okay.
And I just would say, you know, for that shuttle, they can shut that down at the very last second. Anything.
10, 9, 8, 7, 5,
It was unbelievable. My son reached his arms around his sister and me. We looked across at all the other families with such joy. We were tremendously excited.
Almost immediately, the shuttle begins a maneuver to roll over, turning a spacecraft on the correct trajectory for orbit. The ground line crash, the ground. Challenger is already traveling at nearly 1,600 kilometers per hour. And it climbs beyond 10 kilometers. The severe crosswind suddenly slams into the channel. Over 3,000 kilometers away, engineer Roger Beaujolais is watching in horror. Challenger is on the verge of disaster.
Right, on National Geographic. Proudly sponsored by Consumer. Investigation theory is the age of our resistance.
Constantly keep rising. We've done hundreds of hours.
It's on 67. Yeah.
Do you need to run money, earn improvements, or paying off debts? Then you come to the right place. Everyday loans. Just tell us how much you want to borrow, up to £15,000. At Everyday Loans, we offer a service that's friendly and reliable. Apply online or on your phone. So whatever your credit record, apply now at everydayloans.co.uk. Awarded fifth booking credit at the 2023 Manufacturing Union. Representative APR 99.9%.
Technology is all around. But technology is not enough. In license is everything. You all electrics makes it something.
We've got you covered. I've seen it on tasty virtual level. You can use as much as days, but you can
Live on holiday, always live long life.
No toilet.
Winning Tips is back, and millions of prizes to be won, including £10,000 every week. Fill your cup, try your luck.
Entrepreneur, but it's different. My mother always told me, you know what the best way to take care of your competition? Raise your competition. Then you have somebody to compete with. Zelda Nakamu Special, Friday at 9 on National Geographic.
On National Geographic. Proudly sponsored by PensionBee.
As Challenger rockets upwards, it's traveling 9 times faster than speeding bullets. 58 seconds into flight, it encounters a side wind, but a second later, the shaking stops. Now comes the most critical part of the ascent. A phase known as Max Q, where the aerodynamic forces are at their greatest. Travel too fast, and the shuttle will break apart. Mission Control, under the command of Flight Director Jay Green, ordered Challenger to throttle down her engines. At 66 seconds, Challenger gets the all clear. It is made safely through Max Q and enters the thinner air of the upper atmosphere. Now it must accelerate through the 28,000 kilometers per hour to escape Earth's gravity. It's time to turn up the main engines to full power. Mission Control gets the cue. Suddenly, Challenger is engulfed in a massive fireball. Mission Control is stunned. They lose all contact with the spacecraft. Their data hasn't indicated that anything was wrong. Nobody is sure quite what has happened. Krista's parents can't believe their eyes.
The shuttle was gone. We all knew, everybody knew that something was wrong. Something horrible was wrong, but of course nobody knew what it was.
I told her looking very carefully at the situation. Completely dysfunction.
Against all odds, yes, the orbiter was able to separate.
As the spiraling debris falls to Earth and plunges into the Atlantic, it's becoming ancient clear what has happened.
Flights. Go ahead, sorry, not report vehicle exploded. Copy. Listen, supposed to make flight dynamic thoughts that the vehicle had exploded. I directed members of that we're just the exact facts. Yes, was a report that what's to be done at this point.
We were just so stricken that we could happen because I never expected anything to happen. It was unreal.
Incredibly, As the wreckage emerges from the platform, the crew compartment is still in one piece.
Final flight. Oh, yes.
Then they spot a parachute lowering from the sky. But it's a false hope. The parachute is only attached to the nose of one of the boosters. It's just part of the debris that continues to rain down over the Atlantic. The crew compartment can no longer be seen. Having fallen over 19 kilometers, it must have hit the ocean at over 320 kilometers per hour. The crew didn't stand a chance. With little evidence to go on, NASA had an almost impossible task to work out exactly what took place. But with the recovery of the crew compartment, they should be able to piece together what happened to the astronauts after the massive blast. The crew's helmets give NASA their biggest lead. Each astronaut had an air supply attached to their helmet to be used in an emergency. In the wreckage, NASA finds that 3 of them have been activated. It's a horrifying discovery. It seems that at least 3 of the astronauts survived the explosion and could have been alive during the fall to Earth, a journey of over 2.5 minutes. A presidential commission spent 5 months investigating the disaster and discovered that the right solid rocket booster malfunctioned. The booster is made up of 4 segments bolted together. Where they meet is called a field joint. The area is sealed by a pair of compressed rubber O-rings. At ignition, the rocket fires up in under 1/100th of a second and forces the booster's steel casing outwards. The O-rings must expand at a speed faster than the blink of an eye to stop the rocket fuel escaping out the joint. The commission found that due to the freezing temperatures, the O-rings in the right booster's lowermost field joint did not enlarge as they should have. Gases twice as hot as the inside of a blast furnace escaped with deadly results. As the shuttle accelerated skyward past Max Q, a flame burnt away the support attaching the booster to the external tank. As the attachment broke free completely, the entire bottom section gave way. The nose of the booster crashed into the top of the tank, with devastating results. But now, one man is convinced there's more to the story than the O-rings and the weather.
After the investigation, a fairly simple conclusion was drawn in the public mind about explosiveness. Cold plus O-rings. Put them together and you have a Challenger explosion. Well, there was more to the story.
Renowned author James Child has spent 20 years unraveling some of the world's worst technological disasters. He's investigated everything from the Chernobyl nuclear explosion to the Air France Concorde disaster. Child believes that in the Challenger accident, compromised O-rings can't be all that was left.
One of the thoughts had been that if an O-ring failed, everything would go to pieces right there on the launch pad. Well, that didn't happen. Instead, it broke up in 72 seconds. Certainly, some mystery is laying in front of us. Something else must have been going on beyond a simple O-ring failure.
Childs knows the shuttle was most at risk in the first few seconds of flight. Somehow, it survived both ignition and liftoff. Solving this mystery should shed light on the most tantalizing possibility of all. Could Challenger have remained intact long enough to get the astronauts into space?
Had the circumstances been a little bit different, how close did the shuttle and its crew come to survive? That question haunts me.
Giles knows that every detail of Challenger's launch will be vital in unraveling the puzzle. He begins by re-examining the evidence that led the Commission to their conclusion that the O-rings were to blame. The original investigation began by looking at the footage shot by more than 200 cameras as the mission got underway. In the first 2 seconds, the images reveal mysterious black smoke billowing out from behind the right booster near the external tank. Using the camera positions, the Commission tried to work out exactly where the smoke was coming from. Camera E60 position.
Semi.
Excuse. Smile.
Road second.
After they've been
Is it? There's some. Plus.
What the guy, make it count. Come on. Oh, that's what. You're looking good.
Squizzy's hoping for at least 100 lobsters for the shot.
Big one, money fish. What we want? Yeah. Nice one.